Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do Brother Peanut Butter's Thankskilling 10-day challenge. This is going to be, I believe it's day 6 already, and that is going to be Frenchies. Today I watched We Are the Flesh. Now this is kind of a bit of a cheat, I guess. This is Mexican and French, but it was the only movie I had in my collection that I hadn't seen that is a French film. So now, We Are the Flesh is a 2016 film, which runs 79 minutes. And I actually got this. This is a Arrow screener. I actually got this from a friend of mine, Celluloid Terror, Seth over there. A lot of times, if I win contests or if I buy stuff from him, he'll send extra screeners or whatever in my packages. So I was really happy that he sent this over for me to check out. I really appreciated that. We Are the Flesh. It was written and directed by Emiliano Roca Minter. Minter? The movie cost about $400,000 to make. This is kind of going to be a short review. I really can't say too much about this film without ruining it. Let's see. The original title was, and I'm going to attempt to do this, Tenemos Le Carne. And basically, it translates as to we have the flesh instead of we are the flesh. Interesting story about this film. Lisa Loves was supposed to do this for her 31 Days of Horror in October, but she decided to pick something else. But she did finally watch it, and she said it was awful. Now, Dave Maggot also saw this. I believe I was talking to him about it, and he wasn't a big fan of it either. I'm not going to tell you what he said it's basically about, but yeah. So, needless to say, I wasn't really looking forward to watching this very much. I will say I didn't think it was quite as bad as they said it was, but I'm used to watching some pretty messed up things, I guess. So I'm going to get into a bit of a synopsis, and this is going to basically, I guess it's going to include spoilers. Not so much, but kind of, because there's not really much to the story. Basically, and I'll give a shout out, I guess, to Noé Hernandez, who plays Morano. He is the guy that's in this abandoned building. You kind of get the feeling that this is like a post-apocalyptic time. And Morano is by himself in this building where he kind of gets food from a source that you're not really sure why or where. He also makes like a gasoline sort of thing out of meat. It's a very odd film. It's very odd. Um, in his building that he's created for himself, a brother and sister show up, and he basically puts them to work on his daily routine and kind of he's crazy. He's just nuts. He has them do a few things that are pretty disgusting. And yeah, that's kind of all I'm going to say. I don't want to say anything more about it to ruin the rest of the film. This is basically an art house picture. Um, an art house picture that I'm really not very fond of. Usually I can watch them and I don't have much of a problem, but this one is one I'm not quite, very fond of. I will say that Noé Hernandez, who plays Morano, was a terrific actor. He did impress me with his acting ability. He acted and was very convincing that he was nuts, really nuts, which I did enjoy. Another thing I enjoyed about the film was even though it's very crude and very kind of like a post-apocalyptic scene, the use of color and some of the shots were actually just gorgeous in the film. The director did know what they were doing, very much so. With that being said, I just wasn't really into the story. I don't know, the story just didn't really do anything for me. And by the end, where you kind of get this twist, I guess, if you want to call it that, I didn't really care anymore. I was pretty much over it by that point, and kind of just wanted it to end. My wife was sitting in the same room, and she watched a little bit of it. She wasn't interested in it, of course, but she just said to me, she was like, "You seem like you really want this movie to end." I was like, "Yep, sure do." So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm gonna give this movie a 6. And you're probably gonna ask yourself why the high score. Um, but I did like Noe Hernandez. I thought he was really good in the film, and I thought some of the shots and the use of color were absolutely beautiful. And there was this scene that just had me rolling, and I think that was the point of the scene. They had built, and don't ask me why, but they had built a room to look like kind of like dunes and sand out of cardboard and tape and some wood. It really didn't make much sense to me. But after something happened in the film, the brother and sister, and I'm not going to tell you what that is because it kind of gives away part of it, but the brother and sister kind of dragged a mattress in the other room, and because they made it to look like sand, it was kind of hilly. And the brother was trying to sleep, and the sister kept going up along the side of this hill and rolling down, hysterically laughing onto him, kind of like steamrolling him, and it just made me laugh. I thought it was a cute scene, but all in all, just not a terrific movie. Yeah. One other interesting thing about the film. This is the fourth film in Mexico to receive the highest rating at the time. I'm sure there probably are more by now, but at the time, this was the fourth film in Mexico to receive the rating of D, which is basically like pornography. The others that received the rating were Hostel, Eli Roth's Hostel, a movie called Nine Songs, which I've never really heard of, and actually a movie I just watched recently called Love by Gaspar Noé, um, which was different. Um, yeah, but that's pretty much all in this film. I didn't hate it, and I do think there is value in the film. It's just not my cup of tea. I guess I should say it that way. So, a 6. That's my score, and I'm sticking to it. Other YouTubers who are participating in the 10-day challenge are Brother Peanut Butter, who created it, TheHORRORman, HorrorFan34, Dave Maggot, and BroncoJuggalo. And if you like what you see in here, hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.